Hello, hello, hello. This is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. And I know it's been quite some time since I've done an update. Sorry about that. I know I said I would try to do one at least once a week, but it's definitely been busy around here. And again, I have a 10-month-old who decided she was going to become a full out walker. But I wanted to give you an update just so you could see how this Aerogarden is doing, and it definitely is flourishing. So you'll notice that this is no longer in the harvest that it was in before. This is actually in I think this is the Harvest 360, so it's no longer in the square harvest. This is in the 360 model, and this has been growing for at least a month now. I like the 360 model. It's not as much of a display as the other model. It's just the simple, lets you know when it needs more nutrients added, lets you know when it needs water added. And it's interesting because looking at this in person, that green light doesn't seem to be flickering like that. But looking at it through this lens, maybe because of the feature that's on here, it's doing a selective zoom. And in person, these petals here look more purple and less red. But it could be the light. So there's kind of a light purple, a very dark, rich, almost a royal purple, and then a really, really light, almost whitish pink. So there's about 3 different shades of petunias that are here, but they're growing. They've been growing well, and even transferring them from the other harvest to this 360 model didn't do too much stress. So again, this is only 4 that are growing. I had 2 more that were starting in the middle. I think I actually took one out and capped it off, and I let the other one grow. I had one day where I kind of forgot about them and needed to refill this with water. So I haven't done anything special. I haven't added any CalMag. I haven't added any of the general hydroponic solution. I do have those to start using with some of my other gardens. I am going to be setting up 2 more Aerogarden, what are they? Harvest models in my home office. So again, I moved these from my kitchen Aerogardens into my home office, and I'll be setting up 2 more harvest models as well as a bounty, because we're going all out. And these are not sponsored. These are not anything that were gifted to me. These are ones that I purchased myself because my husband agreed and kind of supported me in doing this, because I really just enjoy using my Aerogardens. So when I say, if you want to join me with this journey and see how I'm growing different things, I purchased some of the fairy tale eggplants and some of the tomato ones. I have some of the golden tomatoes as well as the heirloom tomatoes, and that's why I went ahead and got a bounty. I went back and forth with it, but I said, well, if I want to grow some of the taller varieties, I definitely want to have one that gives me that height difference so that I can do more. I'm still playing with the idea of whether or not I want to move these outside, especially since they're growing so long. But on this table here, I do have some space for them to grow. This is just like a little side table that I have next to my desk in my home office, in between my bookshelf and some other arrangements here. But I do really like seeing this, and it is in a good place. So I go back and forth with it, but they're doing so well. I haven't really done any pruning. I've just kind of let this go, and I do have one of the reservoir systems to set up next to this, so I have some space here's my hand, just so you can see the size of the table and the space I have to work with. So I'll probably do that. And again, I'm just talking with you, letting you have a chance to take this in and really see the size that it has grown to. We've come a long way, y'all, from the early days where there were just a few sprouts in my original garden setup that I have. So I just wanted to share this with you. I do believe that I have this extended to the full height of the hood, so it's spread out. I don't know if I want to cut this and see if I can get it to root. I go back and forth. So if you have any thoughts or suggestions, let me know. I may take one of these and put it outside in a container garden. The challenge with that too is I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana, and it is August and it's very hot here. We're entering those dog days of summer, as they like to say. And I just imagine that if I put these outside now, even on my covered patio, it's so hot here that that transplant stress, even if I do my usual overwatering to kind of try to kind of recreate that hydroponic environment with the extra water that it's used to, that because it's so hot here in New Orleans that it may be too much and too much stress on it, and I don't want to lose them. So I'll be honest, I may just continue to grow them here and see how it does. And if it finally fades, I'll just let it fade. But this may just be my dedicated floral grower for my aero gardens, and I'll just continue to enjoy it as long as I can. But if you have thoughts on what I can do with this or the best way to transition this out, please let me know. If you've grown flowers in your aero garden and have any tips, pointers, or advice for me, also feel free to share that in the comments. But again, just sharing this here so you can enjoy it and see how the journey has gone. If you've yet to try growing any of the cascading petunias in your aero garden, I definitely would recommend it. It's been a fun process for me. Like I said, I did have two in the center that did not grow, so I am going to be following up with them about that for their grow guarantee, hoping that they do honor the commitment that they have to say that if you have any pods, as I've read on the website, if you have any pods that do not grow, they're supposed to have a guarantee that if you reach out to them and follow up with them, that they will replace those for you at no cost. So I'm going to do that and then hopefully get a replacement, and I'll try to grow some more. But as always, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. I definitely had fun growing these, and I'm happy to share it with you. And I'll report back on how that follow-up goes with AeroGarden. Thanks for watching.